Hey, I'm Roland with Mobile Geeks, and we're right here at the Qualcomm booth at CES 2014. And we finally got our hands on the Vivo Xplay 3S, which is actually one of the first 2K smartphones. So this one has a 6-inch sized 2560 by 1440 resolution IPS panel that has a good brightness, decent colors, and it is definitely worth it with its super high resolution because everything is really crisp on that screen. It's based on a Snapdragon 800 in this case. It has 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of flash memory that are actually expandable with microSD. There is going to be a version that is coming out this spring that actually has a Snapdragon 800AB that is running at 2.5 gigahertz in this case and has a faster graphics part in there. But this is just the first version with a Snapdragon 800. They're using a heavily modified Android on here. It's Android 4.3 in the base, but there's running FunTouch OS 2.0 on this, and they have really heavily modified it. It's not just the UI that has been designed in a different way, but they're also doing some fun stuff with the interface itself. They're adding apps and apps and apps because you get this thing right here. You can scroll up from the bottom to actually access your settings and get some quick access points right there. Plus, they have also added a timeline feature, which I found earlier, and now it's gone again because the UI is I'm getting lost in this, which actually tracks what you're doing all day, and in the end you can actually check out what you just did all day. Another nice feature on this is this tiny thing over here. So if I press this button, up comes this menu. I actually get a choice first. I hit this there. Get the multitask window right here, so you get to choose between whatever music, video, notes, inbox, and mini screen. And mini screen is a nice thing if you want to use this with only one hand. It basically clones the screen so you can navigate on this device by using only your one hand. And that's actually a really nice feature. There's a bunch of other things in here that I can't show you because I haven't actually really fumbled around with it enough to know all about those software features. But let's get back to the hardware. We have a 5 megapixel camera up here. Next to that are the distance and light sensors as usual. That's the earpiece right there. And you can see it has a really thin bezel. So this is basically under 2 millimeters wide on the bezels, and it is a 6-inch screen, but it seems to be really compact. At the bottom you get those capacitive touch buttons that you know from Android and other devices. And when I go back from this multi-window thing, I'll tell you that they're not wasting any space on the screen, right? So you can use this thing with the capacitive buttons and have all the screen real estate of this beautiful 6-inch device available for your media and just browsing the web or whatever you do with this device. Let's go on to the bottom. We have a micro USB 3.0 port right here. Next to that is a tiny mic. On the side we have the power button and the volume rocker right there. And on the top sits the 3.5 millimeter headset jack. On the left you have this SIM card slot, which I think is where the micro SD card is also located. I haven't tried peeling off the back because I would set off the alarm, I guess. So it might be in back there. Let's go on to the back. We have a 13 megapixel shooter on here that has an f-stop 1.8 aperture on here, so it's really good in low lighting. At least that's what Vivo is saying. We have an LED flash right there, plus an fingerprint reader. This whole thing has 2 huge speaker bars on the back, not on the front as on the HTC One, for example, and they're using an internal separate amplifier for these, so they can actually put out volumes of up to 130 decibel on this. I don't know if it's on the speakers or only on the headphones, but it's definitely one of the loudest phones available right now. It's launched already in China, and it's available over there for a price of approximately $450 US. So this has been the Vivo Xplay 3S at CES 2014, and I was Roland for Mobile Geeks. See you later.